Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this white and red demon devilish look. So if you'd like to see how I did it, just keep on watching. So starting off, I am just pulling back my hair using a headband, and then I'm going to be going in with actually another side note, I did already cover my eyebrows slightly with some glue stick and some foundation, and then I'm going in with the Mehron Clown White cream paint, and I'm just putting this all over my face and then down my neck as well and a little along my shoulders. Depending on like if you want to recreate this and what you're wearing, you could obviously put the white wherever you need it, where the skin would be exposed or wherever you want it, to be honest. But I just, since I was going to be taking this off rather quickly after filming this, I just decided to just not drag it down too far. Now, when it came to covering my eyebrows, I wanted to use my finger to really push it into the parts of my eyebrow that were still had spaces in it, so that it would help to block the color of my eyebrows more than it was with just the foundation. And then I am just blending around those edges with a brush. Next, I'm going in with this gray shade from the Wet n Wild Neutrals paint palette, and then I'm just adding a little bit of this on where I would contour along my cheekbones, my jawline, and then a little to define my neck. And I am going to be going over this with red, but then normally whenever I use red over white, it makes it look a little more pink, so I figured that using a cool tone like a gray would kind of help to neutralize the pinky tones that it would create later on. I think it did a pretty good job. And then I did go in with a beauty blender and just blend it out so it was softer and not so harsh. And then I'm going in with the Studio Makeup On The Go translucent setting powder, and I'm just setting up my entire face, and then anywhere else I put the white paint. And then before setting my eyes, I did go in and blend out the creasing that was going on because I didn't want to set it with the creases in my eyelids because I didn't want that to affect my eyeshadow. Now I'm going in with the Coastal Scents Hot Pot in the shade. This is the shade Redwood. And I'm first putting this into my crease all the way up to where my actual brows are, even though you can't really see them too good. I mean, you could still kind of see them because I'm not the best at covering up brows, to be quite honest. But then I'm also dragging that a little under my eyes as well, and kind of making like an upside down triangle. Then I'm going in with Coastal Scents. I do believe this is pomegranate red. It could be Venetian red. I'll have the exact one listed down in the description. And then I'm just running this into my crease as well. Not quite as high. And then I did forget to mention that I did bring some of that redwood along the sides of my nose to kind of act as contour. I'm not quite bringing this shade quite as far down alongside my nose, just like near the very top of the bridge of my nose. And then I am also running this color along my lower lash line as well and kind of dragging it down into that upside down triangle shape. And then I'm taking Makeup Geek's Bitten eyeshadow using a fluffy shadow brush from Crown, and I'm just patting this all over my lid. And then going back in with that darker red from Coastal Scents, which is either pomegranate red or Venetian red, I'm just using the Luxie, it's like a stippling brush, and I'm just putting this over that gray, can I speak? No, I cannot. That gray contour that I had laid down, and as you can see, it didn't quite go too pink. It actually gave it more of like a purple hue, which I wasn't like terribly upset with. I think it turned out pretty good. And then I am also running this along my jawline and then also in the divots of my neck where I had placed the gray as well. And then quickly just want to tell you that I do have a horn tutorial that I posted earlier of the horns that you're going to be seeing later in this video. So if you want to go check that out to see how I did those, feel free to do that. And then I also decided to dust a little of that under my bottom lip as well, just to give it a little definition to tie in the whole red. And then I put some of Bitten under on my lower lash line as well. And I personally wasn't liking how simple this look was turning out, so I went in with this red color from the Wet n Wild's, why can't I, seriously, oh my goodness, Wet n Wild Neutrals Paint Palette, and then using a really thin paintbrush, I just created some vein work underneath my eyes. And this is why I should have the products next to me because I do not know the name of this lipstick, but I do know it is from Colourpop, and it's one of their matte lippie sticks, and it's a red shade. And then I'm just putting this on the innermost parts of my lips and then rubbing it together because I do have some of that white cream paint on my lips, and then I just wanted it to have like a really smudgy look to the lipstick where it didn't quite go all the way out to the edges of my lips. And then taking some of that white water-activated paint from Snazaroo on a spoolie brush that is from Aesthetica. I'm just using that to coat my top and lower lashes because I wanted white lashes for this look. And now for the detailing on my neck, I just went in with the red water-activated paint from Snazaroo. Just created a line to kind of gauge where I wanted all of the drips to be. And I'm just doing the same technique I did on my vampire look, which I just put some of the paint on my brush and then spritz it with a lot of water and then press it against my neck and then just let the paint drip down. I do have a paper towel like where my clothes are so that doesn't get all over my clothes because this is messy. And at first I had just wanted to do like random red drips everywhere, but then I thought, you know, maybe if I connected them all, it would kind of look like a dripping, kind of like a necklace like kind of like an accessory. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought it turned out pretty cool looking. So I'm sorry if I seem like I've been quite all over the place in the voiceovers of my last few videos. Normally I edit like mistakes and stuff like that out, but I thought, if I keep them in, it might sound a little more genuine because I do sometimes don't want to make a fool of myself, but then, I'm getting to the point where like I don't care if I make a fool of myself as well. And then taking a makeup wipe, I am just wiping off the paint where I'm going to be placing the horns because I find that liquid latex adheres better to skin that has no makeup on it. And so I decided to wipe off the areas where I'm going to be placing the horns, and then these are the horns that I made in my previous tutorial, and then I'm just using some of the water-activated paint from Snazaroo. I'm just lightly brushing over the tips, just to give it kind of like a, tie in with the red and the white theme that I have going on in my face and neck. And then I am just adhering them to my forehead using some liquid latex. Just place them down and then hold it there for a little while. And then I do go in with my finger and use some liquid latex to help to blend down the edges. And do a patch test before using liquid latex because you never know if you are allergic or not. So that is just something to keep in mind. And then after all that liquid latex is completely dry, I did go over it with some powder, and then I went in with the Mehron Clown White paint, and then just put that directly over the exposed areas of the liquid latex so that it all blended together. Now I didn't blend the edges like super great on this because I am going to be wearing a wig with bangs. Surprise there. But just spend some time to blend the edges if you are going to have them exposed so it doesn't look quite so obvious. And that pretty much completes this look. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next one.